Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. A couple of rumours today that are flying around all over the place in all the media outlets. I'll say that a lot, but it's true. This rumour is out there and everywhere today. It's been around for a couple of days, and it's the one for Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets, I'm sure anybody, if you know your football, you know who he is. Excellent defensive midfielder. Plays for Barcelona. 27 years of age. He's won everything. He's won the Champions League. He's won the league. This year he done the treble. He's won everything. Everything going. World Cup, the whole lot. He's got the full collection. And he came up through the Barcelona system. He's one of their own. He's one of their own. But we're being told today that Arsenal very interested in signing him. They've made inquiries about his wages at Barcelona and are ready to match or surpass them, offering him at least £120,000 a week. They're willing to put in an opening bid of £24.4 million to try and get Busquets away from Barcelona. It's been in many of the outlets. The rumour actually started over there in Spain. Of course, the UK press have seized upon it because it's a fantastic story. However, for me, I said this a couple of days ago, I just can't see why Barcelona would let one of their star players. Listen, he's a player that doesn't get a lot of hype, but he's the one that makes them tick in that midfield with that holding role. Why would Barcelona let Busquets go? I just can't see it. Unless Busquets was there and he was like saying, listen, I want a new challenge. I want to go somewhere else and you know, new scenery, do something else. But why would he want to leave Barcelona? Why would Barcelona want to sell him? This deal for me has got no legs. I just cannot see it happening. Sorry. I've been doing a lot of this recently, pouring scorn on a lot of really exciting rumours, but I have to because I just can't see it. The other one, which again today is everywhere, is the one about Robert Lewandowski. The Daily Express came out with it first, the Metro, everyone, all of them have got it. Robert Lewandowski, the Arsenal are getting a bid ready for £35 million to try and tempt Lewandowski to leave Bayern Munich to come to join Arsenal. It would be a fantastic signing if we was able to pull it off. But again, just can't see how we can pull it off. Just listen, if Robert Lewandowski was at a smaller club, the possibilities are there of tempting him away. But when you're at a club like Bayern Munich, when you're at a club like Barcelona, which Busquets is, these are not selling clubs. These are not clubs that sell unless they really want to sell. And listen, I just cannot see either of those deals, both the Sergio Busquets and the Lewandowski one happening, but they're being linked heavily. Today, we're being told that, you know, those are the deals that Arsenal would love to get over the line. I'm sure they would love to get both of those over the line if possible, but I very much doubt it. You know, the funny story I always remember with Lewandowski or Lewandowski, whichever way you want to pronounce it, some Polish fan out there will put me right on that. But the funny story about that is that this guy, now one of the most highly thought of strikers in the world, world class. Few years ago, I think it was before he went to Dortmund, he was actually going to join, sign up for Blackburn Rovers. Would you believe that? He was going to sign for Blackburn Rovers, and the only reason the deal fell through is, I don't know if you guys who live in the UK remember years ago when there was that big thing with that ash cloud. I think it was in Iceland or something. There was a volcano that erupted, and there was this massive ash cloud that was hanging over parts of the UK, and planes couldn't fly through that ash cloud for about a week. There was no planes flying, and Lewandowski was supposed to come over on that plane, come over on a plane to Blackburn Rovers to sign for Blackburn, but because of the ash cloud, he couldn't come over, and ended up signing for Borussia Dortmund instead. What an incredible story. Could do with another Ashclad right now and get him over here to sign for Arsenal, because he would be certainly brilliant signing for Arsenal. But again, as I said, I just can't see it. We're also being told that Fernando Llorente, again, being linked a lot with Arsenal. We've been told that his agent has been in London holding talks with Arsenal. And again, that could mean anything. That could be his agent putting it out there. Listen, his agent is definitely trying to hawk Lewandowski around. To hawk Fernando Llorente around at the moment. He is apparently, or has apparently been in London, but he could have been talking to any London clubs. How many times have we seen this? An agent's in London. We're all being told that he's been talking to Arsenal, but actually he weren't. He was talking to Tottenham, or he's talking to Palace, or he's talking to Chelsea. Or you know what I mean? He could be talking to anybody, but Llorente still linked with Arsenal. I'll tell you what, after what that fan said yesterday about Llorente, the one who was the Juventus fan, he was pretty damning of Llorente, and he was sort of saying to us that we should go nowhere near this guy. What did he say? He said he was lazy. He said he doesn't track back. And do you know what? And then I'll think about it and I say, right, we've got these links to Llorente. If we was to move for a player like Llorente, then why did we sell Podolski? Because to me, he's not better than Podolski. So, you know, we want to be going in for upgrades, and he certainly wouldn't be an upgrade. So, rumours for Llorente still out there, but he could be in London talking to any club. Also being told that Matthew Flamini, now a couple of weeks ago, you know, Twitter and Facebook went into a frenzy with rumours that Flamini was imminently supposed to be joining Galatasaray. I remember I came on the show the day after, and I was a bit upset with some Arsenal fans because I felt they'd been a bit disrespectful of Flamini, the way they were sort of just ushering him through the door and really, you know, saying he's rubbish. And I didn't like that because, as I said, he's given his all for the club. But anyway, listen, we've been told today that he's turned down the chance to join Galatasaray, and he's opted to stay at Arsenal and see out his contract, which ends next year in 2016. He doesn't want to go to Galatasaray. And as I've been saying with holding midfielders, I mean, all right, we've been linked with Busquets today, but if we are not going to sign another holding midfielder, for me, then it makes no sense to sell Matthew Flamini, because if anything was to happen to Francis Coquelin or Arteta, you've got Flamini, who's an experienced player. All right, yes, he may not be, you know, he's not a Sergio Busquets, but he can come in and he can do a job. So unless you're buying a replacement for him, for me, it makes no sense to shift Matthew Flamini through the door, and it certainly looks like he won't be going to Galatasaray. Couple of players on the move. Isaac Hayden, 20-year-old Arsenal defensive midfielder, could also play a centre-back. I really, really like this kid. I really do. He came in a couple of seasons ago. I saw him in a couple of those League Cup games, and I was very, very impressed with him. As I said, he can also slot in at centre-back, and he then went and got an injury, which kind of put him out for a bit because he was gaining a bit of momentum. I definitely think, I've seen a little bit of this kid, and I definitely think he has a big future at Arsenal, and I really hope that he can come through as a defensive midfielder. But we've been told that he's going to join Hull City on loan, which would be a good loan move for him. They'd be in the Championship, but Hull City is going to be a team fighting to try and get back into the Premier League, and I think, personally think that'd be an excellent move for Isaac Hayden. Also, a couple of days ago, I told you about this player, Ismail Benatia. You can see him there. He is signed for Arsenal from Ars Avion. We've paid £150,000 compensation to his club, and he's joined us. And as I was saying a couple of days ago, he was all set to join Manchester City. He was like this big prospect that City went all out to get him, but he's chosen to come to Arsenal instead, which is a great statement for our current youth policy. We know that our youth team over the past couple of years has not been where it should be. And I know down there at Arsenal. They're trying to rebuild that youth academy. They really want to get it back to where it used to be, which was like possibly the best. And they're really trying to get in some really top players into that academy. And Benatia has come in. This guy, again, as I said, is a top prospect. City were really chasing him. So it's great news that he has signed for Arsenal. And hopefully he can be another one of those that comes through the system and makes it all the way to the first team. Because that's what, to me, that's what it should all be about. Them ultimately making it through to the first team. And finally, another youth player, John Toro. Toro, who's, his head's chopped off. But Toro, former Barcelona player, youth player. He actually came in the deal when we got Toro, and you know, we brought in. Well, no. Fabregas obviously came in years before then, but Toro came in from that Barcelona youth academy. And, you know, he's a very, very good player, very, very good prospect. He was out on loan last year at Brentford and was very impressive on that loan spell. We've been told that this time he's going on loan to Birmingham City. So Toro going to be on his way to a loan move to Birmingham City. And again, wishing him all the best. Hopefully that he can come through the system as well and make it to the first team, just like Hector Bellerin. Bellerin actually used to play with him as well in that youth team over there in Barcelona. So Toro on another loan move to Birmingham City. Again, I think those are good clubs to go on loan to, because those are clubs that are going to be trying to fight their way to get back into the Premier League. So it'll be great experience for those youngsters. Right, let's get into some of your comments. And first of all, we're going to start off with RWH Gamer. He was saying that he thinks that we should have moved. He would happily have Llorente at the club, he said, or move for Balotelli. No way. No way. No Balotelli. No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. Munya says, Rob, do you think Zlatan hinting that he could move or could be about to make a surprise move is him talking about coming Arsenal? Again, I don't think there's no way that Arsenal Wenger's going to... Zlatan Ibrahimovic has still got it. He's still an excellent player. But at 33, I just couldn't see Wenger signing him. If you're signing him, it would be effectively maybe for 1 year, but I just couldn't see it. Big C says, hey, Robbie, greetings from Australia. I love your show and watch it every day. Really think this striker talk is distracting us from what is important. I believe we need a CDM and a centre-back. Although Benzema would be great, he's not necessary because we've got goals. Our goals are spread throughout the team. But more importantly than any player, Arsene Wenger needs to get his tactics right if we're gonna have any chance of winning the league. And he goes on to say he needs to be more ruthless. Ben Leyland says Wanyama would be great, and he wouldn't mind Carvalho in either. Of course, Carvalho has been injured, so I can't see that one happening. Jojo M says, of course we need Benzema. Giroud cost us the quarterfinal in the Champions League. If we didn't need a world-class striker, if we had a world-class striker, we would have won the Premier League some time ago. And he also goes on to say he agrees on Wanyama. I was suggesting Wanyama yesterday as a backup defensive midfielder. He said he agrees on Wanyama, and he said that would be a great signing. Loads and loads of comments. Thank you very, very much. Just before I go, just to point you in the direction of a couple of videos that are going to come out today. Video coming out today with where you can win a chance to win Aaron Ramsey's boots. So make sure you check out that Aaron Ramsey video. And also later on, look out for some fantastic collaborations that we've done with the 100% Chelsea channel, especially the videos with Claude and a guy called Tony, who's sort of their version of Claude. He's funny, that guy as well. Arguing about Arsenal and Chelsea is absolutely brilliant. Look out for those videos coming out later on. But thanks for watching the show. We'll be back with another AFTV Transfer Daily tomorrow.